And Rockline welcomes Dave Grohl. How are you tonight?
Very well. How are you?
I'm doing great. How's Washington, D.C., where you're located?
Home sweet home, man. But I got to go out on tour tomorrow, so I'm kind of sad. This is the late night. It's 11:30, and I don't know what time I got to get up, but we're playing at the Fillmore in San Francisco tomorrow night.
Whatever it is, it's too damned early. Whatever time you got to get up, it's too early. You know. It seems as if the new album is stronger now than when it was released before Christmas. Do you agree with that?
I don't know, because I don't really pay attention to stuff that much. I'm kind of oblivious. I always think that we suck and our album's falling off the charts. So like, when we play shows and people sing along, that's when I know things are going well. So we went to Europe a couple weeks ago and had some great shows there, and the crowd was going nuts in London and nuts in Amsterdam, and so that's kind of the gauge for me, is when we're playing shows and I see that people are really enjoying what we do, then that's kind of what makes it all worthwhile.
Well, the London thing's certainly cool, but I can go nuts in Amsterdam without a band. I want you to know that.
Well, see, that's the thing, is actually, you know what, this is the first time that we played over there, and people seemed kind of alive, because usually when we play there, everyone's too stoned to do anything but just
wow,
whatever. So this time it was great. And now, when we play now, we usually, the shows we've done in the last 5 years or whatever, we usually only play for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. The last 5 or 6 shows that we've played on our own, we've played for like 2 hours. Now we're just stretching it out. As long as we can play, we will play. And we just keep pulling old songs out of the hat, and we've gotten so much more comfortable now with performing that 2 hours doesn't seem long enough sometimes.
No, the Rockline listeners got to be loving that, knowing you're about to go on a tour.
I'm telling you, man, like that whole Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band 4-hour show trip.
Yeah.
That's us, except we don't have wardrobe changes. So.
The tradition of Bruce and the Grateful Dead, it was a 9-hour concert, man. It was
exactly,
really cool.
Yeah, but with drums in the middle, dude.
We're going to start with Stacked Actors. That is the new single, correct?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. Do you get involved in the selection of the singles, or you leave that to the people at the record label to say?
I never really know, because I just never really know. I always assume that the songs that I think should be the singles are the ones that shouldn't be the singles. So, like Learn to Fly, when someone said that was going to be the first single, we said, really? That's kind of the most middle-of-the-road, boring song on the whole record. Everyone's like, exactly, perfect.
That's exactly what we're looking
really
for.
Well.
Yeah. Go right down the fence.
But Stacked Actors, we're like, yeah, we want that to be a single for sure. And it's really blowing up the charts.
It's blowing up the charts. Is it about Courtney Love?
You know what? Here's my thing. When I talk about lyrics and stuff that I've written, I think that when you talk specifics, it really takes a lot of the life out of the song, because one of the great things about listening to music that you yourself haven't written is being able to relate to the general emotion or the general idea of a song. Getting into specifics, I think, destroys another person's ability to relate to it, and I really believe that. Like, I just found out that I guess it was Julia. The song Julia was written about. Oh, nothing. This is a bad example. I don't know about John Lennon's mother, but I'm an idiot, so I don't want to tell the story. But I think that giving specifics about songs is sort of ridiculous. And you know what? I write songs for a lot of different reasons, and I have songs about a lot of different things, and some of them are actually about people. But it's kind of, that's my business, and everybody else should sort of, hey man, if you hate people who lie too, then right on, sing along to Stacked Actors. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, Dave Grohl, keeping the life in the song, dodging the answer in the fine tradition of Campaign 2000. There you go. Let's listen to it.
Yeah, you realize I'm going to be a politician in like 5 years, right?
All the way. Stacked Actors on Rockline. Hey, welcome back to Rockline and BC. Bob Coburn with Dave Grohl from Foo Fighters, and your calls beginning with Jill in the Roanoke, Virginia area. Welcome to Rockline, Jill.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Jill. How are you?
Doing great. How about you?
Very well.
Good. Do you see yourself playing music for the rest of your life, or do you have another career path?
Well, I see myself playing music for the rest of my life, but I think there comes a time when, we were just kind of talking about this during commercial break, that every band kind of should have their expiration date. And there's some exceptions with people that are considered institutions, I think, like whether it's the Rolling Stones, like, okay, yeah, they're allowed to go on forever, or Van Halen, like, yeah, they're allowed to go on for a long time, and Aerosmith and stuff like that. And even bands like Pearl Jam. Like, Pearl Jam's put out a lot of records, and they still function as a band. And, they represent something kind of important, something special. But, there comes a time when you realize that there's so much more to life than just going on the radio and going on tour and playing shows and stuff like that. And I've been lucky, man. I've been doing this since I was 17 years old, touring and playing, and I'm 31 now, and I've had so much fun. But I kind of, before I get to the point where I don't know anything else, I kind of want to see if I can discover some other areas of life. So I'll always make music, but I seriously doubt you'll see me on stage in tight pants when I'm 45. I don't think that's going to happen.
There's an old saying.
And if you do, shoot me and put me out of your misery.
Of your misery. There's an old saying, it's not what you can't do that holds you back, but what you do well, because you end up only doing that.
That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. Jill, thanks for being on. We'll move to Houston to talk to Deanna. Hi, Deanna.
Hi, Dave. It's nice to talk to you tonight. I'm a huge fan, and I really love your new album.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm an addicted member of the official website's post board, and we were just curious to know how often you get on there and read, and do you ever post anonymously?
I get on the post board every day, and I'm not joking. I swear to God, every day I sit down, because our website, man, like, I don't have an itinerary at my house, so I click onto our website to see when we're playing where. Honest to God, that thing is filled with more information than I have in my head. So I go to the post board every day, and it's so funny. I love it, and everybody on it seems to be very sweet, and I don't remember anybody's screen names or anything, but there have been some really great topics, like whatever. What do you think of Dave's hair? That was a good one, and and things like love life, and Dave's too thin, or Dave should have a sandwich, or they're funny. Like, I think they're really, really, really funny, but it's also strange because being a total geek from suburban Virginia, having a post board filled with topics about your hairdo is kind of surreal and weird. So, but I get on like every day. It's pretty fun.
And of course, that's FooFighters.com. You ever get wrong information from the site?
Well, I mean, there's sometimes when there's stuff that's kind of a little off the mark, but no, like, when I sign on and it says like teen people chat, like, oh, we're doing a teen people chat. Okay. Really? Okay. I get it. What do I do next?
So there's somebody else checking your tour schedule, so you end up in Portland the right night and not Eugene, Oregon the wrong night.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm such an unorganized idiot anyway that it would take a website for me to know what I'm doing with my life.
Well, you have to take a number around here. We're pretty much in the same
right.
situation here. You brought a guitar tonight. Will you play something live for us?
I did. I'll play something live, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I actually brought... speaking of being unorganized and kind of a dork, I had my favorite guitar sitting around at my house, and knowing that I had to come here and play something on the radio today, I'm like, oh God, those strings are so old, it sounds like crap. I got to go out and get strings. And I stayed in bed and slept and did nothing all day long, and at 9 o'clock I was like, oh my God, I have to play on the radio and I don't have any strings. So I brought this really funky old Silvertone acoustic that's actually pretty beautiful. It's got a sticker on it near the bridge that says "hair on my ass." So I think it might be empowered or blessed somehow.
Now, Silvertone,
my friend Ernie Bailey gave it to me.
Isn't that a Sears guitar?
Sure sounds like it.
I think Silvertone's Sears, man.
Yeah, they are actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what you gonna
play? A song?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play "Learn to Fly."
Oh, good.
Acoustic.